Welcome to the Lippis Report.
Hi, Nick Lippis here, and I'm here with Ken Wan, who is with Force10. So Ken, tell me what you do at Force10?
I'm the Director of Product Marketing at Force10.
Excellent, great. And we're accompanied with the 4810, which is a top-of-rack 10 gigabit Ethernet switch, and as I mentioned before, these are the hot boxes right now in the industry. I wouldn't say they're flying off the shelves, like maybe that would be a little bit too dramatic, but there is huge demand, pent-up demand for these kinds of products right now in the marketplace. The run rates that we're seeing in terms of revenue is anywhere between like $15 to $20 million per quarter across the industry. And this is one of those boxes. So Ken, I want you to just kind of brief us, tell us about the 4810.
Okay, well we're very excited about the 4810. We just recently announced it. It's got 48 ports of 10 gig, and it also has 4 40 gig ports. So it's actually part of what we call an end-to-end 40 gig solution that we recently announced. This being the top-of-rack access switch, and then we also announced a 40 gig line card that fits into our core switch, our exascale product as well.
Yeah, great, excellent. So, all right, so we have 48 10 gigabit Ethernet, and we also have 4 40 gig Ethernet basically going into the fabric.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly, and with extremely low latency. So the customers that we're talking to who are really looking at high-performance networks of very low latency are very excited about this product.
Okay, great, excellent. And so now when you take this with your other products, what particular feature and attributes is in here that is differentiable and also is unique?
What's interesting about this is the particularly low latency. We're seeing less than 700 nanosecond latency in this box, so our customers are very, very excited about that. And people who are looking to get that to get the higher performance networks to take advantage of the 10 gig and then eventually the 40 gig, which we're starting to see interest in as well.
Yeah.
And so this is the right product for them. It's fully redundant, redundant power and cooling, hot swappable, all the features that you want in a data center environment.
Yeah, great. And also, like inside the cover is a single chip design, correct? So I'm not going to mention which silicon manufacturer, but it represents really the new generation of top-of-rack switches for 10 gigabit Ethernet environments.
And the key thing is that we're getting incredible performance through this box. We're getting 1.28 terabits per second performance, full line rate, non-blocking performance, which we've always done in all of our products.
Great, excellent. And we'll be able to show that with the test results. Hi, I'm Nick Lippis again. I'm here with Ken Wan from Force10 Networks. And Force10, we're testing their top-of-rack switch, the 4810, this week. And so we're going to talk a little about network design. So Ken, what kinds of environments are you seeing the 4810 going into right now?
Well, we're seeing the most interest initially in environments where they need that high performance, very low latency offering that the 4810 offers. So primarily in the high performance computing markets and in the financial markets, particularly in high frequency trading where that latency is so critical.
Yeah, excellent. So these two major markets we've been hearing a lot about. So financial services industry, high frequency trading, and then places whether they are cloud providers or whether they're enterprises that just have a real strong demand for very high performance and low latency are the kind of the quintessential market segments right now for these products.
That's right. And we've been a long player in the portal and hosting space. So many of our customers in those areas are very excited about the product.
Okay, great, excellent. So a couple of questions around design too. Is that we know that infrastructure is becoming increasingly virtualized. So as it comes virtualized, and I want to kind of expand the discussion outside not just the 4800, but like the entire Force10 product line. Okay. So what are you guys doing around, for example, like enabling VM moves to be done without a lot of configuration requirements? And also, is there any, is Force10 kind of advocating like maybe a flat network, a layer 2 network, a 2-tier kind of network? Or what's the kind of recommendations that you're putting out right now around just data center infrastructure that's becoming highly virtualized?
So the challenge that we're seeing in virtualized environments is that they actually add a lot of complexity, because where we're seeing less pieces of hardware, physical devices through virtualization and consolidation, there's actually quite a bit more virtual elements to manage, all these VMs moving around. And the dynamic nature of virtualized environments is making them difficult to manage. So we've brought out some new products, what we call open automation, that automates a lot of the features and functions in a network environment to simplify that complexity. So, for example, when you're moving a VM from one server to another server, you want to make sure that all the network profiles, all the network QoS and the VLANs all move with it. So we have an element of open automation that automatically migrates all of those profiles over when you move that VM. So we communicate with VMware, Citrix, or any of the hypervisors. Also, we look at tools to simplify management in a virtual environment. So we have an offering called Smart Scripts that automates a lot of the network functions.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to, a network administrator doesn't have to go in every day and do everything. We can actually automate some functions. So one example that one of our customers is excited about is where they lock down their networks at night. So they change their ACLs at night, then open them up during the day. They used to have someone who had to do that.
Yeah.
Now we can automate it.
Awesome. Great. Excellent. So really what Force10 is doing is building some automation tools within the network fabric to accommodate both add moves and changes, and also it's an innovation injection point into the product line as well, where customers can write their own scripts to do things that they don't have to rely upon Force10, or other manufacturers to do. They can start to put some control into it, into their networks that are very customized to their particular requirements.
That's right. And that's the point that you brought up, being very customized to their environment, is a key point. Because what we find is that the customers that we talk to each have custom specific requirements around how they want to manage their infrastructure. So providing a scripting environment, it allows them to create the custom management and monitoring solutions that they want. And they're not dependent on us to figure out, to give them something that isn't quite right. They can do exactly what they want. And the other nice thing is our scripting environment uses Perl and Python, which are languages that everybody knows. So you don't have to learn a new language. You can find someone, most companies have people who know these languages to do these scripts.
Yeah, great, excellent. Well, Ken, thank you very much, and that's a wrap.
That concludes this edition of the Lippis Report. Thank you for joining us. Look for us every Tuesday and Thursday. To get your free subscription to the Lippis Report newsletter, go to www.lippis.com.